Hey guys, Dan Fitzpatrick here. Today, I want to talk about your trading day, about how hard trading is when the market opens at 9:30, closes at 4. So what's that? 6.5 hours of intense concentration where, my God, there's so much. I can't wait for the closing bell. I'm worn out. No, that's not the way good traders trade. For one thing, I mean, just think about it from a practical standpoint. Any kind of job you have, are you just gonna trade? Are you just gonna work constantly with no break? With no nothing. I mean, even air traffic controllers take breaks. Okay, hopefully not too long, but they do. And so, what you got to remember is this: there are certain hours of the market where trading is favorable, and certain hours of the market where trading is favorable for the people that you're giving your money to. It's like you make money in the morning and then you spend most of the rest of the day giving it back. And so I'm just telling you this. Fewer traders than you might think understand that declining to make a trade is actually a trade itself. You're either exchanging money for stock or stock for money. But I will also tell you this is kind of a way that I look at it. You're always exchanging time for trading. And like you look at your account liquidity, you know exactly how much money you have to the penny. But you can't say how much time you have in your life. You know, somebody's going to have more than you, somebody's going to have less than you, but you won't know the difference until the clock runs out for you. And so the point is, time is something that certainly you want to think about in your life. I mean, philosophically, what are we talking about here? We're talking about don't waste your life with useless endeavors, such as putting money ahead of everything else. Don't waste your life on other things. I won't go into detail on anything else because I'll piss somebody off. Like, that is what I'm spending my life on, and it's awesome. I'm going to change the world. What I'm just talking about is everything that you're doing every day, you could be doing something else. So you're making that decision. And typically, if you're conscious, if you're a self-aware person, you're probably one of only about 80 who is, it seems to be these days. But if you're a self-aware person, you're going to be thinking on a fairly regular basis, is this really worth it to me? Is what I'm doing right now worth it to me? And that can be from having somebody in your life that's not working for you. Maybe you're just feeling bad all the time, or you have a business relationship with them and you're not making any money. You're always feeling bad, stuff like that. Among other things, that's just a waste of time. Like, why do you want to spend your time doing that? It might even be, I had a little conversation with James DePore, Rev Shark and some other guy. DePore was asking, like, do you block somebody if they say something stupid or whatever, something like that? And the conversation isn't important, but my point is, this guy that was in the conversation was talking about something like, well, you can't judge somebody by what they say, and they shouldn't, stuff like that. And to get to my point here, I just looked at it and said, this is a waste of my time no offense, but it's a waste of my time to be reading this guy, let alone responding to this guy. And so, I just went away. But that's truly my point. You have the ability every single day, every single waking minute, to decide that what you're doing right now maybe just isn't the best use of your time. And it's my belief, I'm digressing here a little bit, but I'm the Duke of digression. Social media is a time waster, a massive time waster. It's a life waster. And I'm not saying social media has no redeeming qualities. That's not my point at all. My point is this: anybody can use it however they want. However you want to use it, you can. But you have to make a choice. Are you going to get invested in every single exchange you have with every other person? I remember when Mark Zuckerberg first, was on CNBC sweating bullets when he was talking to Dylan Ratigan about Facebook. And this was like right at the advent of social media. And he said, people just want to connect. People all over the world just want to connect with each other. And I thought to myself, I'm tend to be a friendly guy, but I don't want any part of that. I'm tribal. I just want to deal with people in my own sphere. I don't care what some dude over in Germany is thinking about, the price of eggs. I don't care. And so I choose not to waste my time on this where somebody else might really be into that. And hey, no judgment. I think people that don't really have a lot going on in their lives will sit there and they get some kind of satisfaction out of Instagram or Twitter. How many likes did I get? Stuff like that. And they're choosing to spend their time doing that. But they can make other choices. I'm not going down that rabbit hole now. But the point is, every single person, if you're watching this podcast, look, man, if I'm boring you right now, split. I don't know it, so you're not going to offend me. Just go ahead and take off. What I'm saying is you have a choice as to how to spend your time. Now getting back to trading. During the first hour, sometimes the first 90 minutes, but typically not. I've actually found for the first 55 minutes of the hour, that's when you can make a lot of money doing your thing. During the last hour of trading, you can also make some good trades, some good setups there. During the middle part of the day, if you're trading, it's my opinion that is not the best use of your time. It's not the best use of my time because, again, I'm trading my time for whatever activity it is that I'm doing. Now, I'm a full-time trader. I run a couple of websites, got a lot of different issues that I'm dealing with in my business. Trading isn't my business. I am a trader. Information marketing, teaching, information sharing, learning, things like that. That's my business. That's my business. And so it involves a lot more than just pushing the button to buy and sell. So what I do is I exchange my time for trading first thing in the morning and last thing in the afternoon. That's it. Middle part of the day, I exchange my time for other things, for sitting here working on a couple of different projects that I have. Middle part of the day, I'm not missing anything in the market other than the opportunity to lose money or make a little tiny bit of money, but I'm going to just be doing my thing. The first part of the morning when I get up, I live out here on the left coast, the Mest Coast, and the market opens at 6:30. So typically 5 a.m. is my deal. I get up, I look at the news, I turn on Bloomberg, sometimes CNBC, but typically not because Andrew Ross Sorkin drives me crazy. And so I'll watch Bloomberg, and then I get a real good sense of the news while I'm making myself a cup of coffee. I don't even turn on my computer. I just want to kind of gather myself. Then I'll go look at my computer, read some stuff, and then boom, 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 the morning, the opening bell rings, I do my thing. But then after that, again, I work on other things. I read the paper. I do anything I can to get away from my screen. And at the end of the day, I feel like I've gotten good value from my time. If I was just looking at the market all day, as I used to when I first began trading, because I thought that's what you need to do to be a good trader. If I was just doing that, I remember there were many times when I wouldn't have any money in my pocket at the end of the day, and I would start to kind of feel like a dope and feel like what am I doing? I worked all day and I lost $100 or something, or I worked all day and I made $100. Like that's chump change. That's grinding it out. And so I just know that for me, that doesn't work. For you, maybe it does work. But if you're too busy trading to really stop and think, is this the best use of my time right now? I'll tell you this, you're going to fail as a trader. You will fail because nobody can trade every day, all day, and actually make any money, not over the long haul. And you stop and think, how much time, how much money are you making between And I'm talking Eastern time, between 11 a.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Eastern. How much money are you actually making during that 3-hour period? My answer, not much. Aside from this other things I've talked about, I go to the gym. I'll go work out. I'll walk the dogs. I'll play with my dogs in the backyard, anything to get away from trading so that at the end of the day, I feel like I've accomplished something. So anyway, that's all I have to say about this. Again, this might resonate with you. It might not, but these are just some of the crap I think about when the market's still open. Actually, it's just, there's nothing to make money. So we'll do this. Anyway, next time I'll see you.